Hey guys, Mike here at Image Tutorials, and welcome back to a new video. Alright, well, before we get started, just a quick note. I received a few comments that the volume on my videos was quite low, so I made some changes. So let me know if this is okay or whether I should switch back to what I did before. Alright, okay, so what are we going to do in this video? I've been asked to model some plastic containers like you use in the kitchen, right? So just a little reference image. So I'm going to go to View, Image Plane, Import Image, and on my desktop, and there you have it. Okay, this is going to be our reference. Now, this is not necessarily complicated from a modeling point of view, but it can be tricky to get the materials right. Okay, so we're just going to hit W, we're going to pull this up, and let's see if we can approach this shape. As you can see in the bottom, we have this little rim going on there. So we're going to start by creating a polygon cube, and we'll just kind of eyeball the overall shape here. We'll pull that up, hit R, push that in somewhat. Okay, and then we're going to right click at a face, take the top face and delete that. Okay, now on the bottom, like I said, down here you have this little edge going on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. We're going to right click at a face, edit mesh, extrude. We're going to tweak the offset to about there. Okay. Then we're going to hit G to repeat, and W to push down. Very, very slightly. G to repeat. We're going to pull the offset in again, and G to repeat, and W to push up again. And make sure that that is not too thick. You just want to have just a little edge there. Okay. As you can see, the corners are rounded. Before we do that, we're going to deal with the top here. You have this edge sticking out on top, so we're going to do the same. So we're going to go in, Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box. Make sure you're at single setting, and we'll add that right there. We're going to hit Q on our keyboard, right click face. Let's select these faces all the way around and go to Edit Mesh and Extrude. We're going to pull the thickness out just a bit, like so. And then we're going to go back to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, and we'll add an edge about there. Q on your keyboard, right click face, and then we're going to select that face row and go to Edit Mesh and Extrude, and we'll pull that down just a little. Okay. Now we're going to need to add a few edge loops to hold that shape. Okay. So we're going to go to Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box, Multiple, and we'll do 2. We'll add them right there. We're going to hit R and we're going to pull them out, but not all the way to the end because they're fairly round and I want to kind of get into that shape. Okay. So Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, we'll do the same here. And again, we're going to hit R. And just try and see if you can get that to a point where it looks fairly symmetrical. We'll try that. Okay. All right. So we're going to right click on object mode. We're going to hit 3. Let's see what we got here. Okay. We got that edge in the bottom, which is okay. We got the edge on the top. Looks all right. So now we're going to work on creating the lid for that. So we're going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to create a new cube. Give that a little height, not too much. Have to zoom in, maybe even less than that. First we're going to model it to size. So from our top view, hit 4 for wireframe mode, and W to move that over. And what we'll do is we'll take this guy, hit Control A for our attribute editor, and set the translate the values to 0 to get it centered. And we'll do the same here, just to make our life a bit easier. Okay, F to zoom in, R to scale in, and initially we'll try to get that to roughly the same shape, like that. Hit W to bring it up. And let's just move our reference image out of the way for a sec. Okay. Now keep in mind this is not smoothed out yet, so we're going to pull that up. First we're going to deal with that edge that we see in the top here, like so. So it's dipping down, it's going up, and it's going down again. Okay, so let's pull that up. Right click face, edit mesh, extrude. Let's pull in the offset a little bit. G to repeat, W to push down. And what we'll do in a sec here, actually we can do that right now. Control Z, Control Z. We're going to take the face at the bottom and we're going to delete that. Okay, so let's go back to this guy. So we've got him, edit mesh, extrude, hit W, pull that down, G to repeat, R to scale in, G to repeat, and W to pull up. Not too much. Okay, and then let's see, what else do we got? All right, then we are going to hit G to repeat. We're going to pull in the offset again to about there. Then we're going to hit G to repeat, W to pull up, G to repeat, pull in the offset, try to keep it nice and thin, and G to repeat and W to push down. Right, now we need that edge to come down, so we need to do a fitting, if you will. So let's bring that down and in. F to zoom in, and that needs to go over the edge. Okay, so we're gonna right click, go to face, and we'll select these faces and go to edit mesh and extrude. Let's see, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Thickness. We're going to look at it from our top view, and we'll make that a bit less. That's about right. And then we're going to go in and go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Tool Option Box, Single, and we'll add an edge right there. And then we're going to move in, hit Q on your keyboard, right click face, select these faces and go to Edit Mesh and Extrude, and hit W and pull that down. Now that's a bit much, so we'll bring that back to about there. And then we're going to go into wireframe mode, for the reason that I now need to add some edge loops. So we're going to go to Insert Edge Loop Tool, make sure we're at single, and we are. And we'll do one here and kind of align that with where this one is ending. We'll do one there. We'll do one there, and we'll do one there. We're going to hit 5 for shaded mode, right click object mode. Let's try that again. Right click object mode and hit 3. Okay, not unhappy with that, so that's cool. Alright, so now for our material. We're going to take this guy and we're going to right click assign new material, and we're going to go with a blend material, and we're going to make that white, and then we're going to play with the, where'd he go, let's see, I'm just looking for something here, just give me 1 sec. Yes, of course, the transparency. Okay, so we're going to bring that up, and it's always hard to see until you got your render. So we'll try something like this, and then what we're also going to look at is the specular roll-off. Okay, by bumping that up, it's going to be a more reflective plastic. The specularity will be concentrated more into one point, and reflectivity, same deal. If you bring that up, it's going to kind of change the look of the plastic. All right, now for the top, for the lid, again a blend, assign new material, blend. Oops, that's the wrong tab. This is the color that we're going for. Let's see, it's not quite that blue, so let's tweak that a little bit. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, and just to get close to our reference image here, we'll take these two in object mode. There you go. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate and W to pull up. We'll hit E to rotate that somewhat, and R to, oops, first I need to group it. Control G, and let's bring that down. Let's position it from the top. That's not too bad. Let's position it from this view in wireframe mode. We're going to hit W, and we're going to bring that up a little bit. Let's get rid of this guy for a sec. Just want to make sure that it's not sticking through the surface, and it is to some extent. Okay, all right, so I'm going to take all of that, I'm going to group it, Control G, and we'll raise it up until it's sitting on our grid here. And I've been asked to spend a little bit more time on the lighting of the final render. So what we'll do here is we will create a polygon cylinder, make that nice and big, give that some height. Let's set the translate values to 0 to get it nice and centered. I'm going to set caps to 0 and subdivisions to 40. And then I'm going to right click, go to face, take the top and delete that. Right click, go to object mode and go to normals and reverse, like so. Okay. Then we're going to right click, go to edge, double click on that edge and raise that up quite a bit. We're going to go to our top view, right click object mode. Let's see, what's the best way to approach that? What we'll do is we will right click, go to face, select this face and shift select that face, hit delete. And then we're gonna right click, go to edge, select that, and come on, there we go. I have to select them individually, so we'll do that. And we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. Right click Object Mode. We're going to go to our bevel right here. Let's increase the segments a little bit and kind of round that off. All right. We're going to right click, go to Object Mode, assign new material. We'll do a fong. Let's see. We're going to do a fong. We're going to get a lot of reflection there. So let's not do that. We're going to do a Lambert, and we'll do that on white. Now our object is okay. We're going to look for our render shot. So we're going to set up a resolution gate. Something like so. Let's bookmark that. View, bookmark, edit bookmark, and we'll call that new. Apply and close. And now let's start to create some lights. So we're going to create lights, and we'll do an area light. I'm going to pull that up. I have to zoom in. I'm going to hit 7 on my keyboard so I can see what's going on. I'm going to hit E to rotate it downwards. And as you can see, I'm already getting some light. I'll just hit R to scale it up a little bit. Pull that up. And it's kind of going to be our backlight here. So rotate that just a little. And maybe decrease the intensity to 0.7 or so. Okay. Then we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. W to move. And we're going to move it over here. And we're going to hit E. And we're going to rotate that. Like so. Now what you can do is hit T on your keyboard, which will allow you to kind of aim your light. Okay. We're going to hit Control D once again, and we're going to move that over to this end. So we kind of got that. And then what we'll do is we'll go to create lights, and let's do a spotlight. We'll pull that up. Looks like I got my T handle here. I'm just going to pull that out, push that down. And what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to decrease the intensity to 0.3. Let's just check my bookmark, see how that looks. Okay, so intensity, the cone angle, we're going to pull that wide open so we don't see that line in our shot. And that's not too bad. Just change the angle a little bit. Now we're going to go to our render settings, and we're going to select mental ray. In our common tab, we're going to select HD 1080 for our image size. In our quality tab, ray tracing is selected, that's fine. Let's see, shadows, what's going on there? It looks like I changed something, which is not good. I'll fix that in a sec. Global illumination, I am going to use image-based lighting, so we'll do that. I'll find a nice file to use. Actually, let's not do that this time. Let's just concentrate on the lights that we have. All right. So let's go back to my bookmark. There we have it. and we'll do a test render and see how our materials worked out. Okay. One more thing before we do that. I'm going to select my light and I'm going to go to shadows, and I'm going to scroll down and make sure that ray trace shadows is selected. Same here, and same there. Okay. So view, bookmark, new, there we go. I'm going to pause the video and we'll do a quick test render. Okay. Alright guys, here's our render. As you can see, we have a few issues. We got the shadows going on in the back, which is not really appealing. And it looks like our containers are floating in midair, and that's because of our light setup. Okay. So let's see if we can fix that. One of the main issues is probably the spotlight. So let's get rid of that. And that's creating our lighting in the back there. That is quite dark from the front. So what we can do there is go to create lights. Yeah, let's do another area light. Okay, that's my light. There we go. This is my my angle, if you will. Just gonna boom that up. Should be okay. And then we're gonna go in and create an ambient light. And that is always very, very bright. So we're gonna bring that down to 0.1. And we're just gonna position that in the back to kind of help us with darkness. Okay. Now, it doesn't only look like it's floating in midair, it is floating in midair. As you can see, our floor is down here. So let's fix that. That looks better. We will now have to adjust our bookmark, obviously. Let's give this a go. All right. So once again, I'm going to pause the video. We'll do a render, and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right. Well, this is our render so far. As far as the lighting is concerned, that's not too bad. There is one other issue. You can see that our white plastic is way too reflective. You see the reflection of this lid going on there. So we need to bring down that reflection, and it could be a bit more transparent. Okay, so we're going to take this material, and I'll quickly just select this and go to edit, delete by type, history. There we go. So let's take that material, our blend 1, and we're going to increase transparency just a bit there, and let's bring down the reflection to let's do 0.15. That should make a big difference. Okay. As far as the specular roll-off, we're going to increase that a little bit, and specular color will increase that as well. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's do a new render. Right, guys, there you have it. Here are our plastic containers. I think they turned out okay. What you need to keep in mind is when you're modeling something that is transparent plastic, lighting has a huge effect on your surface. Now, we could do some more cleaning on this. I mean, you know, the shadows are a bit rough down here and so forth, but it was mainly about the material choice. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully it's going to work out for you. If you have any questions, let me know, as always. And if I can help, I will, of course. And that said, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.